Japanese manufacturers don't have to make sports cars to survive, but thankfully they do. There might not be as many Japanese sports cars as there used to be, but we still got some. And the Nissan GT-R represents the pinnacle of Japanese sports car engineering. We must give kudos to Nissan for keeping this sports car legend alive and making it better and better with each generation. The car actually challenged our understanding of sports car geometry. The way the GT-R handled its 1.7-ton mass is simply mind-blowing. But Nissan didn't stop there. They kept pushing the GT-R more and more to extract the maximum performance. The 2017 GT-R might be the last iteration of the R35 generation. As of right now, Nissan is working on the next generation R36 GTR. But as an enthusiast, I just got one request from Nissan. For God's sake, please don't ruin the GTR. As many of you might have heard, the Nissan is working on a hybrid GTR. If that's the case, then I'm afraid that it might not going to work well for Nissan. I will tell you why. The biggest criticism of the GTR have always been its weight and the lack of driver involvement. With fully fueled, a stock GTR weighs about 1750 kilograms. That's a lot for a car that claims to be a pure driving machine. But Nissan did a great job with the handling of the car. I often wonder how the Nissan made this 1.7-ton beast to handle like an agile cat and accelerate from standstill to 100 km/h in under 3 seconds. But once you pass that mark, you will start to feel the car fighting with its own weight to achieve more speed, especially once you pass the 200 km/h mark. The weight becomes more evident as the rate of acceleration seriously starts to fall behind. That fading acceleration performance of the GTR is the courtesy of its weight. The creator of the GTR, Mr. Kazutoshi Mizuno, however, has a different opinion about the weight situation. In an interview with the Top Gear, he stated that the GTR needs to be of this weight. A car with less weight doesn't handle. Lightweight cars can be dangerous, and it won't be drivable by all customers. He uses the Formula 1 cars to back up his statement. The F1 car weighs about 650 kilograms. Combining the 1300 kilograms of downforce at normal speeds, the car will weigh close to 2000 kilograms. The GTR, being a road car, is unable to reach that kind of speed. So, weight acts as an artificial downforce usable for average people on road. That's one of the weird statements that I have ever heard from an automotive genius. And he might be right to an extent, because I never heard anyone complaining about the dynamic ability of the GTR. But at the same time, it cannot be 100% right, because automotive legend and the founder of Lotus Cars, Mr. Anthony Colin Bruce Chapman, known as Colin Chapman, once stated that adding power will make you fast in straights, but subtracting weight will make you fast everywhere. I believe that most of the automotive professionals and enthusiasts will agree with him. Now, let's get to the hybrid part. During the initial days of the hybrid technology, it was all about efficiency, getting more miles per gallon or kilometers per liter. But in 2014, three manufacturers, Porsche, Ferrari, and McLaren, showed us that this technology can also be used to achieve maximum performance and efficiency at the same time. But those hypercars were not meant for average sports car consumers. They were more of a collector's item, an engineering exercise to showcase their technological advancements. The mainstream application of hybrid technology on sports cars was done by Honda in their flagship NSX, and we all know how that went. If you compare the previous generation NSX with the new one, there's really nothing that connects these two cars. While the old car was simple, driver-focused, and fun-to-drive machine, the new one is so unnecessarily complex that it doesn't even have a slight hint of the character that the old car used to have. Don't get me wrong, the NSX is not a bad performing car. It has got decent specs, performs okay in the real world. But the irony is, those performance figures could have been easily achieved by a conventional high-performance engine and drivetrain system. If Honda had gone that way by building a car with simple twin-turbo V6 producing anywhere from 500 to 600 brake horsepower, then the car would have been less expensive, much lighter, and would be a blast to drive. Quite possibly, it will also sell like hotcakes rather than sitting in the showroom floors. A quick search in the websites like Auto Trader or eBay will show you a lot of brands banking new NSX for sale. That's a reasonable evidence indicating that the new NSX is not selling. So all of this points to just one question. Does the traditional sports car consumer really care about having a hybrid drivetrain in their car? I think they don't. Also, I don't think that we have reached a point where the hybrid drivetrain is an absolute necessity in sports cars. If it's the better performance that the Nissan is going after with the next generation car, then it would be a better idea if they invest their money in developing a lightweight car. A GTR with 200 less kilos, 50 to 75 more horsepower, and a new aerodynamic design will definitely capable of kicking some ass. Also, the transition to the hybrid drivetrain will alienate a lot of potential GTR customers who are horsepower junkies, looking to modify their car. Each and every generation of the GTR was quite popular with the aftermarket industry. A lot of people bought this car as a platform for their projects. Once the GTR becomes hybrid, all of that will come to an end, and that might affect the sales of the car. But at the end of the day, Nissan is a giant corporation, and they really don't have to care about what we think. Because right now, they're probably making more money by selling less expensive, fuel-efficient and reliable cars. So if Nissan still decide to go in the hybrid route, at least give us an option for choosing between the hybrid drivetrain and a normal drivetrain, like the Lexus did with their LC500. So these are my thoughts on the hybrid GTR. I want to know what you guys think. So please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, if you liked the video, please hit that thumbs up button, and if you loved it, please subscribe. See you guys next time. Drive safe.